Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. So this is the sewing tutorial of the two-piece trouser and bubu recreation I uploaded the last time on Wednesday. This is the sewing part. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Please, your like will go a long way for us. So we're going to start sewing, and first thing is to turn the neckline using the sequence or any material of your choice. So here I'm marking 4 inches from the center neck where I notched when we were cutting it, and I'm going to roll a straight line there like this. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing from the neckline using 1/2 inch down to the line, and I'll use 0.25 and sew the line, and then continue with 1/2 inch at the neckline. Okay, and you place this right side facing, right side of the sequence facing the wrong side of your material. So now I'm done sewing, and I'm going to notch and cut this out. So I'm opening up the slit, the opening at the front like this. When you get to the end, you just notch the 2 angles so that you can be able to turn it easily. Like I said, you place your black material, right side of your black material facing the wrong side of your African print, because you're going to be turning this to the right side of your dress. Okay, it's going to be, the design is going to be at the right side. So you place the black material, right side of the black material facing the wrong side of your African print. Hope this is clear. So here it is after turning, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do, how I'm going to hold it down with a hemming gum first of all before I can sew. So here is the back panel. I'm cutting out the facing for the back. So I just fold my fabric into 2, and then I trim out the neckline and the shoulder. So now I'm going to measure out 4 inches, which is going to be the length of my back facing. Okay, I'm measuring 4 inches round the neck like this. So I'm just going to connect this down to this point. Make sure your fabric is on fold. So I'll cut this out, and this is going to be the back facing. Okay, so you're going to place this right side facing the right side of your African print, right side facing the right side of your back panel, because you'll be flipping the facing towards the back. Okay, the back facing is going to be at the inside of your dress. It's only the front that will be at the outside because it's a design, right? So here I'm going to place right side facing the right side, turn with 1/2 inch. So here I've done that, and I top stitch on the facing, and this is how it's going to look. So you can just go and serge and weave the facing, and then you use your hemming gum to hold it down, or you can hand tack. So here we are back to the front, and I'm going to be folding in 1/2 inch around this facing or the design. Okay, I'll be using 1/2 inch to fold, and then after folding I'll put my hemming gum in between and then iron it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys what I would be doing. So you can iron your 1/2 inch round first of all before putting your hemming gum, but this is a sequence, it's really difficult to iron and hold down. Okay, so it's either you sew it first or you iron your 1/2 inch round. After ironing, you put your hemming gum in between and gum it down. So I've done that using the hemming gum, and I also added this long rope inside before I sew, because after putting the hemming gum I sewed it round like this. Okay, you need to sew it to hold it in place. So I attached the rope inside before I sew. So now I'm going to shape this, but yes, I'm going to tell you guys what I wanted to say later so that you understand better. So I'm going to turn the shoulder. As you can see, I've turned the 2 shoulders together like this, and then I'm going to turn this out. So this is how neat it is on the inside. So you can just serge the back facing, and then you gum with hemming gum. So here I folded the sleeve twice and then I sew. Okay, I've also run the sleeve, the hand opening, you fold 2 times and then you sew. And then next I'm going to just shape the dress using 1 inch. You shape the dress using 1 inch. Okay, from the hand you shape down using 1 inch. So here I've done that. So what I'm going to do next is the opening where we are going to be passing the what is it called, the rope inside. Okay, like a ruched design. So what I would do is to just mark 4 inches. You can do 3 inches, but I did 4 inches down. From the middle I did 4 inches down. So here I've opened one of the hole. Okay, you can use your soldering iron to do that, but so that it will just, I feel it's not going to be okay, so I decided to use these pieces like this. I placed a little pieces and then I sew round. I sew round and then I pushed it inside. After sewing, you open it up and push it inside. I'm going to show you what I mean. I sewed it like this and then I pushed it inside. I sewed a little opening, just the size that can contain the rope, the little size that the rope can pass through. Okay, and then I pushed it inside like this. Okay, I pushed it inside like this, and this is how it's going to be on the inside. So you can use your hemming gum and hold it down. You set it around, you weave it around and use your hemming gum and hold it down so that it will look neat on the outside and the inside. Okay, so for the rope, the length of the rope or strap that I use is a bit longer than the dress itself. This strap is a little bit longer and the width is just 1 inch. So I didn't turn the sequence because it's a sequence, but if you're using another material you need to turn it. Okay, you need to turn it so that it will be neat. Turn it like you're making a loop for your corset. Okay, so that is how I'm going to do all this. So as you can see, I've sewn this, all the places that I marked. Okay, like I said, I used 4 inches gap. So here I'm going to open this one, show you guys how I open it, and then I'll cut. Just be careful not to cut your dress. Okay, so I just cut a little, just be careful. So after that you push it inside like this. So this is how wide or little the hole I opened is. As you can see, this is it. Okay, so this is the wrong side inside. I said weave the pieces that you're going to be using. So here I have opened it all and I use hemming gum to hold them. As you can see, they are not flying out again. This is the facing that I used to turn those holes, and I'm going to turn it to the right side right now so that we can start passing the loop, or I mean the strap inside in between them. So this is it. I'll just put here, you put it inside like this. Remember it's 2, and you bring it out from the other side, from the next hole. Then you pass it inside from the other hole again, the next hole. That is how you're just going to be doing it. Pass it to the next hole like this. You bring it out from the other hole. So you continue like this until you finish passing the strap inside. Okay, like I said, the length of the strap is a little bit longer than the dress. So if you, I think I use 42, I mean 40. Yeah, I use exactly the same measurement of the dress. I use 40 inches, sorry. You can use lesser if you feel it's going to be too long. Just cut enough that can pass through those holes So maybe when after passing through it, you can cut out the excess. Like me, I did cut the excess, so it's better I have a long one than not enough. Okay, so this is how it's going to look when you ruched it like this. And then the next thing is just to fold the hem to hem the down part of your dress, and we are basically through with the dress. Okay, so this thing that I did, you can also do it before shaping your dress. Okay, you can do this before shaping your dress. So we are through with the dress, and this is my pocket for the trouser. It's 14 inches by 14 inches wide, 14 inches long, 14 inches wide. So I'm going to place the front panel like this, making sure it aligns properly, and then I'll trim out one side of the pocket. The pocket pieces is 2. Okay, the pocket pieces is 2, so I'm just going to trim out the pocket like this on one side, and then I'll bring it out, and I'll sew my crotch line for the front. Okay, sew the crotch line for the front. Remember I said I'm not using that on the front. If you're using your dart, you sew your dart also. So here I'm going to get one of pieces of my pocket, place it right side facing the right side of the pants, and then I'll sew it with 1/2 inch. So here is the back. I'm also going to sew the crotch and then sew my dart. So here I've done fixing my pocket. This is one of the pocket that I fixed, and I'm going to use the other one to show you how I did this. Okay, this is the pocket. So this is what I did. You place it right sides facing each other like this, and you sew. So you flip over and top stitch on it like this small, or you use hemming gum inside. So I've done that. So what I'll do now is to bring it out like so and place my trouser like this, making sure you leave like the 2.5 inches you cut out. So you measure it and make sure it's the 2.5 inches you cut out. I hope you understand what I did. So like this, make sure it's 2.5. Okay, so when you got in that, you're gonna sew it here. Okay, so you close up here and you close your pocket from the inside. Okay, so I'm going to use pin to hold this first of all. So you're going to go and sew your pocket like this. When you sew the up part, you sew it like this, and it's going to look like this one. So I'm just going to trim out the excess I have on this one like this. Okay, so I've done that, and this is how the pocket is looking. It's very simple. Okay, so next I forgot to reduce the front by 1 inch when I was cutting, so that is what I'm doing right now. I slant the front waist by 1 or 1/2 inch, depend on what you want. You can do it by 1 or by 1/2 inch so that you not have folds at the center front of your trouser. Okay, so I've done that now, and then I'm going to place the back to the front like this. So I've sewn my dart and also the crotch line. So I'm going to sew starting from the hem at the side. First of all, I'm closing the side using the sewing allowance I added. If you add 1 inch, you use your 1 inch. So I'm going to use 1 inch to close this up down. I'll do the same on the other side also. So here I've done that, and I left 5 inches for my zipper allowance. And now we are going to close the inseam. So all you need to do is to match the inseam together, the crotch line together like this. You sew from this point down and from this point down too. So this is the band I'm going to be using. I've added interfacing to it. So for the band, remember I took out 2 inches for my band. But unfortunately, my client was she's close. In fact, she's my neighbor, so she came around and said she wants her band to be big. So if you're making 2 inches, this is the one you are going to use. Just fold it into two like this. Okay, you measure 2.5 inches, unfold 2.5 inches, unfold. Okay, let me just use the other band for an example. So this is actually the one I cut out for her, and it's 5 inches. So when you 5 inches like this, when you close it up, it's going to be 2.5 inches, like so. So this is how your band is going to be. Your iron interfacing on it. But because my client came around and said she wants her band big, I've already iron interfacing on this 5 inches wide, and the length is the round of your trouser waist. Measure the waistline of your trouser round. So I cut another pieces, and I'm going to reduce this to her measurement. Okay, so this is the waist of the trouser. You measure each round, that will be your length, and the width is going to be 5 inches. Like I said, you take out 2 inches for your band, or any amount you take out for your band. So I've joined the two pieces together. Like I said, it was in pieces because I had to cut another one to meet up with her demand, okay? But just do it the way I showed you. Cut 5 inches width and you fold into two. That's 2.5. Use 1/2 inch to sew to your pants. So I'm going to place this like this. So I only have one of the band with interfacing because there is no light to iron interfacing on the other one. So for you, you just iron interfacing on all of it and fold into two. You don't need to join two pieces together. Okay, I don't want to waste her material. That's why I didn't go ahead to cut another band. So I'm going to place this on the right side of the waist and sew round. So here I've done that. I place the one that has no interfacing and then I sew round. Okay, so now I'm going to close it up like this. Okay, close it up like this, and you push the inside one inside like this. So you're going to be doing the stitch in the eye method. We stitch it inside your first seam, okay, and it will be catching the back band. Okay, sorry guys, I thought I was actually showing you guys. I don't know that the camera is not capturing what I was showing. So this is what I mean. I've done that. As you can see, I've done that. So you just go and serge this round, you weave it round, okay, and you fix your zipper, and that is all for the trouser, guys. Very simple. We are through with this tutorial. You just fold the hem of your pants, the hem of your trouser, and that is all. If you have any question or anything you need to know, just ask me. And if you're confused about this trouser making, I have a tutorial on trouser making. You can go ahead and check that out. It's well detailed more than this, I think. Okay, and that is all, guys. So here is my client trying out her clothes. When she knew I was doing her, she flayed off even when I told her her face is not going to show. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.